Good morning, Mr. Sterling. Your counter is not till 11 o'clock. You're more than welcome to stay on the counter until the judge call your case, but your counter doesn't start till 11 o'clock. We have a pretty big counter before yours, so you're welcome to stay on, but you can stop your video until the judge call your case. You may come on early, but your counter is not till 11 o'clock. So you can stay on, but just put yourself on mute and stop your video until the judge addresses you. So I'm just letting you know that your case is not going to come up right away. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, I'll just get on at 10:30. I'm using somebody's phone, so I'll just get on 10:30.
Log back. We may get done early, but you can log back on around about 10:30 or 10:45. But right now, like I said, we have a pretty big calendar today before we get to the 11 o'clock calendar.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
can I ask you a question? And who are you?
excuse me.
And you with the clerk?
I'm with the clerk's office. Yes.
Okay. You know when my lawyer be on?
Your lawyers are not on. You probably speak to somebody in the public defender's office, but they haven't logged on. I don't know who's handling your case, but they will ask that question, and if they have to, they will put you in a breakout room for you to talk to talk to. But right now, I do
Okay.
not know who's assigned to your case as a public defender at this time. So
Okay.
just like I said, you're more than welcome to stay on, but you just keep your video off until the judge addresses you, or you can log back on at 10:30. I don't know if I don't know what public defender is handling your case at this time.
All right. Well, I'll just get a phone and 10:30.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, Miss Kim. Hold on. This may be your PD right here.
I
Are you
can.
handling his case for the DV counter, Miss Kim?
I'll be able to help him. Just we can breakout room or yeah. I
Which
need to. Uh,
I didn't hear you. What you said, Miss Kim?
I need to talk to him. So if he wants my service, we can go to the call. I can put my phone number into chat, Mr. Erling.
Okay.
Okay.
You understood what she said, Mr.
Yeah,
Sterling?
she said she gonna put her phone number in the chat.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
We will get started as soon as courtroom 2 gets on the line with us.
Morning, Your Honor. Quorum two is ready.
Very good. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Who do we have first this morning?
Start with position number 20 through 21, Mr. Force. Last name Force. Great job.
It's my understanding that this is going to be a negotiated plea. Is that correct? Mr. White, good morning.
Morning. That is correct, the negotiated plea, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Forrest. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Ms. McConkey.
Good morning, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for position 20 is 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days, the balance to be suspended, and that Mr. Forrest stay away from 1988 Wellborn Drive. We will no pros the FTAs upon this plea. I would just ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
So stipulated, Your Honor, nothing further.
Okay. Mr. Forrest, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 005931A, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yeah.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Forrest, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Next, Your Honor, we can go to position number 35 through 38, Mr. Marino.
Also a negotiated plea, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Marino. You have been charged. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. McConkey.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for position 35 is as follows. Count 1 is 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days. Balance suspended, stay away from the Dillards located at 7000 North Point Circle in Alpharetta. The recommendation for count 2 is time served, and that's 32 days with credit for time served being 16 days. The recommendation for position 36 is 12 months to serve 172 days, credit for time served 86 days. The balance to be probated, that he take an anti-theft course and stay away from all Walmart stores. The recommendation for count 2 is time served with 172 days, credit for time served 86 days. We will be no crossing his 2 FTAs upon the taking of this plea. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Yes, we do stipulate, but I want to clarify that it is stay away from all Walmart stores in Fulton County only, since that's where we have a jurisdiction over, Fulton County, right?
That's fine with me.
Thank you.
Anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor. We would like to request for a balance to be terminated upon the completion of anti-theft course, Your Honor.
We would object to it being terminated, but we are okay with it going non-reporting. He just has a long history of theft by shoplifting, arrests, and convictions.
Okay. Mr. Moreno, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 005134C, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and obstruction of law enforcement officers. And in case 23 CR 004430C, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and giving false information to law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
I'm very satisfied.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right to a trial by jury?
I understand.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Moreno. When you complete the anti-theft class, I will have the probation go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I have a question. Who is the conflict attorney today?
I don't see one on as of yet. Ms. Grace or Ms. Lewis, could
We're
we have a
supposed to have
conflict?
Ms. McLeod and Mr. Murphy on today for their client. Is there somebody that needs to be assigned a conflict attorney that I'm not aware of?
I'm not sure. I know there was a few conflicts on the calendar.
I can't, what'd she say?
That there are some on the calendar. She just wanted to make sure that we had somebody to represent them today. So but what you're telling me, Ms. Lewis, we're expecting Mr. Murphy and Ms. McLeod at some point, right?
That's correct.
Okay, very good.
Your Honor, position number 16, I apologize for interruption, but I didn't mean that. Position number 16, Espinoza, it says conflict attorney is Arnold Ragas. So I think that's what officer is talking about.
No,
Oh.
Kim, I'm saying all of them in general.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kim. Okay, so we'll await the conflict attorneys. Who do we have next?
We can go to position number 13 and 14, Desamu.
Also a negotiated plea, Mr. White.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. DeSamu. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Judge Morrow,
You have
Judge
to
Morrow,
answer- give me a second, sir. Just let me get through what I'm doing here. Can you hear me? Okay, Mr. DeSamu?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you swear to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Noel.
yes, I'm supposed to be the translator for him. He might not understand everything.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I didn't realize that you were that we needed a translator. Mr. White?
We don't, Judge. He speaks English. We were able to go over everything yesterday. It's not an issue.
Okay, so let me just keep Mr. Noel on the line, just in case. So thank you, sir,
Okay.
for being here with me this morning. If we need your assistance, I'm sure that Mr. White will ask, okay?
Okay,
All right, very good. Thank you, sir.
you're welcome.
Yes, Ms. McConkey.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 36 days, credit for time served 18 days, the balance to be suspended, and that he stay away from 1749 Morris Avenue in East Point, Georgia, and also that he have no further contact with Sheena Aremu, that is Aremu. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
We do stipulate, Judge, and just accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay. Mr. DeSamo, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 004396H, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty, you're giving up that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. DeSamu, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And Mr. Noel, what language is it that you were
Creole, Haitian Creole to English.
Okay. Okay, very good. Well, I thank you for being here this morning, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're free to go. Have a good day.
You too. Mm,
Thank you.
to get out.
Next, Your Honor, we can go to position number 46 through 47, Sherman Smith.
This is also a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Kim. Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Yes, Ms. McConkey.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for Mr. Sherman Smith for count one, it is 12 months to run concurrent with count two. For count two, it is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance probated, no further violent contact with Quinetta Smith, that he undergo an FVIP, and that he also undergo an ADET. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for purposes of the plea.
Yes, we do.
Okay, it says that position 47 is a duplicate of 46, so
That's correct, Judge. It
It
was
is-
counted in the air.
oh, okay. Mr. Smith, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000732G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and damage to property and simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Smith. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Next, Your Honor, we can go to position number 45. Position number 20, hey, y'all be quiet up there. It's talking right here. Y'all adding on to the talking. I don't know. Position number 23 to 24, Mr. Horton.
Okay. Also a negotiated plea, Mr. White.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Horton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you keep it up for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Is that a yes? I'm sorry. Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. McConkey.
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation for Mr. Horton for count one is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 18 days, to run concurrent with count two, the balance to be probated, and that he pay a $1,000 fine. The recommendation for count two is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 18 days, the balance again probated, and that he pay a $1,000 fine. The recommendation for count three is 12 months to run concurrent with count two, that he pay a $300 fine, and that probation can be terminated once he has completed all of the requirements, and we will be null crossing position 24, the FTA. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Is the suspended
Didn't say anything.
Cancel revoked. There's a fine on that. Is that something that's statutory?
That is what I have as the recommendations in the notes, Your Honor.
I mean, $1,000 seems to be a lot to me for that charge.
It does, Your Honor. It does. That is what I have in the notes. Let me take a look real quick. And that is a expired tag.
Didn't it?
That might have been an error, Your Honor. So we will
Okay,
reduce that to a $150 fine. I believe that was an error.
okay. It appears that it's excessive to me.
Yeah.
Mr. White,
Your Honor, yeah, we do stipulate, for the purpose of the plea. We would also ask, that you waive, probation fees for 3 months. I mean, they still got a lot to do. And that, you work out if he cannot end up paying the fine, that he can convert this from all of the fine to community service. I think, the new amount would be 145 hours of community service.
okay. Does he want to make this? I would prefer that he make that determination now, Mr. White, whether he wants to do community service or pay the fine. It'll make it easier on the probation department.
Fair enough, Judge. We'll go with community service.
Okay, all right. So I'll convert all the fines to community service. And for count one, it was $150 fine, not $1,000 fine. So that'll be 15 hours of community service, 100 hours for count two, and 30 hours for count three. Okay, anything further before I take the plea?
Your Honor, we just asked for probation terminate upon, completion of this community.
Okay. All right, Mr. Horton, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006883E, you wish to plead guilty to knowingly driving a motor vehicle on a suspended, canceled, or revoked registration, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, and failure to maintain lane or improper lane change. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Horton. I will waive 2 months of the probation fees to help you get a job, time to get a job and get back on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, I will have it terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not beyond probation and can get this behind you, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Judge, how many months you're waiving probation fees? I didn't catch that.
2 months.
2
Judge.
months, okay.
And so is it gonna be an expired tag charge instead of a canceled registration? That does make some sense with the difference with the DMV.
Well, I believe that it's expired registration,
Okay,
not a tag.
okay,
But Ms. McConkey, you correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there's a difference between the tag and the registration. The charge on the calendar is registration and not just not having a tag.
Yes, the charge on the calendar is registration.
And that's the charge that he has pled guilty to. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
okay.
Okay.
I thought I heard her say.
You probably
I-
did. I was,
yeah.
it was an error on my part.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Position number 29, Jones. Good morning, Judge Morrow.
Good morning, Francois. I hope you're doing well this morning.
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Ms. Jones, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Mr. Bartell's case. I don't see Mr. Bartell's on the line. What are we gonna do with his cases this morning?
He's here at the jail, Judge.
Oh, okay.
This is
Is he there?
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Good
Yeah.
morning, Mr. Bartels. You weren't in camera, on camera. Good morning.
Good to see you, Judge.
You as well. What are we doing with Ms. Jones today?
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken with Ms. Jones. I've advised her of her options. There is a plea offer from the state, and she's decided to accept that. I've advised her of her options, including going to trial. And I am advised that she has been getting services from 10 Park Place and intends to continue doing that. I do believe she understands her options and what's going on here. It is basically a time served offer, Judge. I did look it over. The language says 12 months. Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. This is not a time served offer. There is some additional time. I've advised her about that. So I take that back. But we are accepting the state's offer, so it's a negotiated.
Okay, thank you. Ms. McConkey?
Your Honor, the recommendation for position 29 is as follows. For count 1, it is 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for time served 15 days. The balance to be probated, that she have no further contact with Lanos Arcela, that she stay away from MARTA, and she undergo an MHET. For count 2, the disorderly conduct, that is 12 months to run concurrent with count 1. For position 30, the state's recommendation is 12 months to run concurrent with 25 CR 000726B, and to stay away from all MARTA locations. That would be balance suspended for position 30 as well. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for purposes of the plea.
We would so stipulate.
Okay. And once she gets out, Mr. Bartels, does she have an issue with housing, or is that something I need to address, or we need to address?
We would, I think a visit from a social worker would be appropriate for that, Your Honor, to address. It looks like she has, she would have 30 more days to serve. Yeah, because it would be 45 days with 2-for-1 credit minus the 15 already served. So yeah, I think a social worker visit would be appropriate.
Okay.
I don't need housing. I don't need housing.
Okay, all right. Then. Thank you, Ms. Jones. I just wanted to make sure that if you did, that we addressed that. I don't want to set you up for failure. So thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you letting me know that.
We would also ask the court to waive the first 2 months of probation fees to help her get stabilized, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, if nothing further, Ms. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 000725B, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery and disorderly conduct. And in case 25 CR 000726B, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation? You have to answer yes or no for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Jones. I will waive 2 months of your probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet once you get out. And then once you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Can I ask a question?
Mr. Bartels?
What's your question, ma'am?
They had a court date for March the 13th. I just want to know what is that about?
Nothing will happen then because the case is already resolved right now.
Oh, okay. So I just have 30 more days to do
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
today?
Starting today. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Good luck, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Houston, are you on the line with me? There was a Heavenly Houston who had a question in the chat.
Yes, actually, I responded to.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ms.
he was
Kim.
released, Judge, from the jail. He's on the counter, but however, he was released. He made
Okay.
bond. So I tried to
Thank
check them, let him know that too. Ms. Kim probably got to him before I did.
All right, thank you. Who do we have next?
We have positions 50 and 51, Mr. Stewart.
Also a negotiated plea, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Stewart. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down. You're gonna have to speak up a little bit for me, please, Mr. Stewart. Thank you. Ms. McConkey?
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation for Mr. Stewart is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days. The balance to be suspended, that he stay away from the upstairs Atlanta, which is located at 750 Glenwood Avenue, Southeast Atlanta, and that he also have no further contact with Mr. Kyle Rubis. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for purposes of the plea, and we will be null crossing his FTA.
Kim?
Yes, we stipulate, Your Honor.
Mr. Stewart, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 0000955J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Stewart, you understand that you can't go back to that upstairs Atlanta location, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good day, sir. Who do we have next?
We'll go with positions 4 through 7, Mr. Barlow.
Also a negotiated plea.
It is, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Barlow. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. Good morning, sir. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Barlow. Ms. McConkey?
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation for position 4, the theft by shoplifting, is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, that the balance be probated, that he take an anti-theft course, pay a $500 fine, and do 40 hours of community service. The state's recommendation for position 5, also theft by shoplifting, is 12 months to stay away from the Dollar General located at 4465 Campbellton Road in Atlanta. This will run concurrent to position 4. For positions 6 and 7, the state will be null crossing both of those FTAs. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Judge, we do stipulate, we'd ask for a 2 months fee waiver and then his probation terminate once he completes his requirements.
Okay, Mr. Barlow, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 005262F, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. And in case 24 CR 004207F, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Barlow. I'm not going to waive any fees, but I will have the probation terminate once you complete the terms of the probation. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees, okay?
Sure.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Barlow.
Thank you. Any questions? No. Okay, thank you.
Next, we'll go with, position number 12, Mr. Brown.
And this is also Mr. Bartel's case.
That is my case, Your Honor. We can have a switch here or something.
What are we doing with Mr. Brown this morning?
It's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Brown. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Thank you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Was that a yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Brown. You can put your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. McConkey.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation for count 1 is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 16 days. The balance to be probated and that he stay away from all MARTA locations, no further contact with Nicole Jones. The recommendation for count 2 is 12 months to run concurrent with count 1. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification for purposes of the plea.
We do so stipulate for purposes of a plea.
Anything further, Mr. Bartels?
Well, Your Honor, I was a little bit confused. I took the offer. The language in the email was balanced probation. I thought that was intended to be balanced suspended. That's what we would be asking for. The offer is served 16 days, credit for time served 16 days. So I advised Mr. Brown that he would have 14 days left after this. There aren't any other conditions other than stay away from MARTA and no further contact with the bus driver. So given that there aren't any other conditions than that, we would just ask for the sentence to be suspended after he serves the time with those two conditions.
We agree with that, Your Honor. The balance to be suspended.
Thank you. And is he going to need any assistance from a social worker, Mr. Bartels, that we can assist him with?
He indicates he has a place to stay, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that in case 25 CR 000697Y, you wish to plead guilty to simple assault and disorderly conduct. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Satisfied, sir.
I'm sorry, was that a yes?
Yes, sir. I'm satisfied.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Brown. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
I
You're welcome.
have a question. I got term served, sir.
14 more days after that.
And she said, credit for time, 16 days, credit for time served, sir.
You're going to get credit for those 16 days that you served. They're asking for 60 days, but you're going to get credit for 16. And it's my understanding that the jail does 2 for 1. So, Mr. Bartels, you can explain to him when he's expected to be released, if you would.
I'll go over that with him again.
Okay.
I,
All
I,
right.
I understand, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Mr. Brown. You can ask Mr. Bartels, any other questions that you have later, okay?
I'll talk to you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You're welcome.
I'm sorry.
Good luck. No, you're fine, Mr. Brown. Nothing to be sorry for.
He's ready. Yeah, you're good. Next we'll go with, position number 8, Mr. Benz.
What are we doing with Mr. Benz this morning?
This will be a negotiated plea, Your Honor. He is in the accountability court and Superior Court, but he advises me he's been accepted back, and he had a hearing on that last week. They were aware of this arrest, so he's elected to go forward with the plea. It's basically time served and community service. That's it.
Okay, so Ms. McConkey, I take it that he was in the roadway and the officers were trying to get him out of the roadway and he didn't comply for some reason. Is that what the allegations are?
Give me one brief moment, Your Honor. Let me double check, but I believe that would be what
Yeah, but those are,
he was arrested for. And it's a $300 fine. It wasn't community service, but if Your Honor wants to convert that $300 fine to community service, we would not be opposed to that.
thank you. That's what we would ask for, Judge. He's not employed at this time. So we would ask that the court allow him to do the 30 hours of community service in lieu of the fine, and ask the court to waive the 2 months, first 2 months of probation fees. I told him that if he goes ahead and does that community service, then we could ask that he go non-reporting at that point.
Okay, and he's in accountability court. You're telling me at the present time?
That's correct, Your Honor. I'm advised that he's been accepted back.
Okay, and that's for something totally different though.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. That's for a Superior Court.
Okay, all right. So I want him to get this behind him, Mr. Bartels. I don't want him, I think that 14 days, and that's why I was asking about the pedestrian on the roadway. I think 14
Yeah, he
days.
was running in the roadway, Your Honor.
Okay. Right. I want him to get this behind him. So the court sentence is gonna be 12 months to serve, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance suspended.
All right, thank you, Judge. We appreciate it.
Okay. If nothing further, Mr. Benz, it's my understanding that in case 25, I'm sorry, I don't believe I addressed you, Mr. Benz. Good morning, I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Mr. Benz. It's my understanding that in case 25 CR 0000717F, you wish to plead guilty to pedestrian and roadway and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under
Each, I believe. The other ones would merge. It's one count on each charge.
Right, so he's only pleading guilty to those 2 charges, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's my understanding, I'm sorry, Mr. Benz, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the plea, Mr. Benz. The court sentence is 12 months to serve, 28 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance suspended on each charge. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
You're
Judge.
welcome.
Good luck.
It's my letter.
I can talk to you.
Judge Bob, I have a question. Can I please ask you a question, Judge Bob?
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
Judge Bob, can I please ask you a question? Can I get balance, can I get time saved, please, for 16 days? 16 days?
Talk to Mr., you'll have to talk to Mr. Bartels, okay? Mr. Bartels, would you speak with him? We've already taken his plea, I believe. So,
speak to him, Your
just,
Honor.
okay. Mr. Murphy, good morning. How are you today?
Morning, Judge. I've got position 54, Webster.
Okay, do you need to speak with him before?
No, Judge, Ms. Tucker and I had reached an agreement, and my client has now signed up for diversion. And the only other thing we needed to touch on, Your Honor, was he's being held on other charges, but Ms. Tucker had agreed to change the $9,000 bond, $4,500 on each count, to a signature bond for both.
Okay, so, Ms. McConkey, are you aware of that, or I'm happy to, if that's the agreement, Mr. Murphy, I'm happy if you get that agreement to me, I'll get that signed.
Yes, Judge, I have an order and I'll bring it down to the clerk's office shortly. I'm with
Okay,
Judge
so-
Eady.
Okay, so we don't need Mr. Webster this morning, is that what you're telling me?
We do not. We completed the diversion form and I signed a consent form for the restitution issue, and that was emailed to Ms. Tucker.
Okay,
So
so,
we've got everything lined up.
all right, so Ms. Lewis, we're gonna expect a bond modification in position number 54, Mr. Webster, from Mr. Murphy at some point today, okay?
What, can y'all tell me what the modification is so I can mark it on the counter? What you said the chart, what was it modified to, Mr. Murphy?
Yes, each bond currently, there's two counts. It's $4,500 on each one. Ms. Tucker and I agreed once diversion was filled out and completed that that would be signature bonds for both.
Okay, is there an amount on the signature bonds?
Yes, 4,500 SOB. And I have an order ready and I'll bring it down to the clerk's office shortly. I'm with Judge Eady.
Okay, bring it to me if you can.
Oh, I will. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get a hold of Mr. Jordan. I'll make sure you have it handed to you.
I
Okay?
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
That's all
Okay,
I have,
Mr.
Judge.
Murphy. All right, good to see you as always. We'll see you next time.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you. And courtroom 2, did you make note of that we do not need position 54, Mr. Webster today, okay?
Webster, Loti. No.
Okay. Anyone else that we can take right now?
I have position number 45 in the courtroom right now. That's Mr. Simmons. Is that Mr.?
Okay,
Is that?
I think
Mr.
that's Miss McLeod. Yes, I do. But I don't see her on with us as of yet.
Medical just signed it.
Okay,
I'll give Miss McLeod a call.
okay, thank you. Do we have anyone at medical that we can take now? Okay, we've got a little downtime, it seems. Miss Kim, are you with me?
Yes, I am. I apologize.
No, you're fine, Miss Kim. I just wanted to, since we had a little downtime, I saw Mr. Sterling on the bench warrant case. Was he released until 11, or did you talk to him?
I gave my phone number to him and he's supposed to call me, so I'm kind of waiting so we can have a talk.
Okay, all right. I just saw him earlier. Since we
Yeah.
had some downtime, if we could have taken him, I would have gone ahead and done that. Okay, Mr. White?
Yes, I have an announcement on position 10. We didn't have an announcement coming in, but that's going to be a waiver.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I have a couple of announcements.
I didn't hear that. Okay, y'all talking, I can't hear everybody.
Okay, position number 10, Darius Brown is going to be a waiver. Okay, that's at 10 and 11. And Mr. Bartels, you had an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Number 31, Mr. Lang. He is in the misdemeanor MHC. So he wants to continue with that. And I'll talk with Ms. Melnick, who handles that court from our office. So we're resetting that to the Thursday jail MHC calendar, day after tomorrow.
Okay, so resetting that to,
It's going on at Mr. Meter Court for Thursday, Judge.
Right.
He's-
Okay.
he's
Thank
in-
you.
He's in the program.
Okay, thank you.
And 55 through 57, Your Honor, that's just, I'll send a waiver, and that's a not guilty plea and further notice.
Okay, thank you.
Can you repeat that, Mr. Bartel? What position you're waiving?
Yes, Ms. Lewis, it's 55 through 57. Mr. Wilkerson, and that's further notice.
Okay. Mr. White, have you had an opportunity to speak with position 2 and 3, Mr. Barber?
I have not, Judge. My understanding, he is in medical. He did
Okay.
come to the window, yesterday, so.
Okay, we'll put you into a breakout room with him. And Miss Lewis, do we know who's representing position 16, Mr. Espinoza?
That's the first time I heard. I can reach out to the attorney. It says that he, from my understanding, when I looked at the case, I guess he must have worked with y'all office, the public defender's office.
I don't recognize the name, so I didn't know if
Neither.
he's
I don't
comfortable.
recognize it either, Judge, but that doesn't mean anything. There's a bunch of people I don't know in our office.
Okay.
I'll double check and see what's.
Okay, thank you.
I don't recognize the name, but they hired lunch and done with their snap.
Okay, we'll be in recess until someone is ready for us.
Position 26 and 27, Jones.
This is a negotiated plea, Mr. White.
No, Your Honor, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm confused with position 2, sorry.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hands down. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Ms. McCockey?
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation for Mr. Jones is a time served plea. Looks like he has served 288 days in jail so far. We will be null processing his underlying FTA upon him taking this plea. I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
You stipulate, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 005978J, you wish to plead guilty to terroristic threats. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Judge.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jones. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You're
Your Honor.
welcome.
Next is position 44, Armin.
Kim, this is your case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what are we doing with Mr. Almond this morning?
Actually, I need to talk to him for briefly. Can you put-
Okay. Can we put Ms. Kim and medical into a breakout room, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod. How are you today?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Good to see you. Let's see. Do
Good
we
to
have
see you
Ms.
too.
McLeod's client in the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor, this is position number 45, Mr. Stewart.
Simmons?
Simmons.
Okay. Have you spoken with Mr. Simmons, Ms. McLeod?
I have, Your Honor.
Okay, and what are we doing with him this morning?
Well, Your Honor, I saw that the according to the state, they are thinking of transferring his case up to Superior Court. That was my understanding based on what was sent out in the offers.
Okay. Ms. McCockey, have you heard back from the transfer?
I'm not sure if we've heard back from the DA's office yet, Your Honor, so I would just ask that this case be reset on the chance that the DA refuses to take the case as a felony. He does have a previous battery family violence conviction, which is why we requested the transfer.
Okay, I'm going to reset this for 1 week. And hopefully you will hear back by that time. Okay?
Yes.
What's this, Judge? I'm sorry.
Is the court inclined to entertain a motion for a change in his bond, Your Honor?
This is position 45, Cortez Simmons. There were 2 cases that we requested DA transfers for that were accepted. I am just not sure which cases those were, but the clerk's office should have the transfers for those 2 cases.
Yeah, the 2 cases that were transferred, I did receive from Ms. Falk yesterday. Just signed off on those were Shabazz Morgan and Montravius.
Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Thank you so much for trying me.
So my client is not one of them, it sounds like.
No, it's not. No, one is not your client.
Okay.
Are these other cases for Mr. Simmons? Ms. McCockey? I'm not understanding. Were other cases for Mr. Simmons transferred?
No, there were 2 cases on today's calendar that were transferred. I just wasn't sure
Okay.
what those 2 cases were. Mr. Simmons is not one of those 2 cases that we've heard back from yet.
And he has no other, and has he been on the calendar before?
Let's see. No, the
On
only calendar he was
SAP,
on
no.
SCA calendar on the 10th.
Okay, so Ms. McLeod, if he has not been transferred by next Tuesday, and you want me to entertain a bond modification, I'll do it at that time. I will give them until next Tuesday to get that done. And if it's transferred, then you can seek a modification if you choose to do so in Superior Court or whomever.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I also have another client on the calendar, but my understanding is that the charges against her will be dismissed.
Okay, let me finish up with Mr. Simmons real quick. So, Mr. Simmons, either your case is going to be transferred to the DA's office, and you'll get notification of that within the next week, or you'll see me back here next Tuesday. Okay.
Yes, sir. Your Honor,
All right.
I was the victim. I was the one stabbed.
Okay,
Mr.
so hold on.
Mr. Simmons, don't talk about the case.
Right, you have a right to remain silent. Miss McLeod will help you with that. Okay. All right. So good luck to you, Mr. Simmons. If it's not transferred, I'll see you back next week. Okay, that's position 45. And your other case, Ms. McLeod, who is that?
It is Carrie Walker, Your Honor.
Okay, and the Walker case, Ms. McConkey?
Yes, we will be null processing those charges, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you'll get that null process to Ms. Lewis, you'll get it to me and we'll get that signed and entered.
Perfect.
Okay, those are your only two cases this morning, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good. Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you too.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Do the same.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be in recess until Ms. Kim comes back with medical.
Your Honor, for my client, it will be waiver of arraignment.
Okay, so position number 44, Mr. Connor Orman is a waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Medical, are you back with us?
Oh, I told him he does not have to come to the courts. So
Okay, that's fine. I just I didn't know if there was somebody else.
No, only him. They're taking him back to the.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, is it Ragus?
Good morning, Ron. I'm Arnold Ragus. But I'm not
Regis.
picky. I'm not picky about that though.
Okay, Mr. Regis, good morning. You're here on position number 16, Mr. Espinosa, is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What are we doing with Mr. Espinosa today?
We plead not guilty, request a jury trial, and waive formal arraignment, sir.
Okay, if you'll file that waiver for me, and if you'll get that to Ms. Lewis, and let Mr. Espinosa know that his case will be returned to the division judge and he'll get notification of his next hearing date.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, and I take it that we don't need Mr. Espinosa for any other reason this morning, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, I appreciate you jumping on with us this morning. If nothing further, you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, sir. You as well, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, I take it that we're waiting for everyone else through medical or through the roving.
No, we have positions 39 through 42, Mr. Mitchell.
Okay. Ms. Kim, that's going to be a negotiated plea?
Let me double check. I believe so, Your Honor. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Mitchell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You have to answer loudly for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You can place your hand down. Ms. McConkey?
Your Honor, for position 39, the criminal trespass, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 36 days, credit for time served 18 days, balance suspended, stay away from the Texaco located at 4430 Flat Shoals Road. For position 40, the criminal trespass, that is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance suspended, again, stay away from that Texaco located at 4430 Flat Shoals Road. There is an add-on, 24 CR 007284J. The recommendation for that add-on was, again, 12 months, balance suspended, stay away from the Texaco located at 4430 Flat Shoals Road. All three of these cases are to run concurrently, and we will be no crossing the underlying FTAs that he has upon him taking this plea. I would just ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Yes, we do stipulate so, Your Honor.
Okay, and the add-on is also criminal trespass charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nothing further. Mr. Mitchell, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 003086J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. In case 24 CR 007283J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. And in case 24 CR 007284J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up that right to a trial by jury? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Mitchell. You understand you can't go back to that Texaco, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, we have position number 53, Mr. Walker.
Okay. We don't need Mr. Walker this morning. His case is being now prossed.
Dismissed. Thanks, William. Thank you.
We'll just wait for medical to log on.
Okay, it looks like we have positions 2 and 3, Mr. Barber, and positions 17 and 18, Fearson.
And those are both my cases, Judge. Pearson is ready to go, and Barbara, I need to speak with.
Okay, we'll have them speak with as soon as they get on. We'll be in recess until medical rejoins us.
This way, this way.
And let's see, Ms. Kim. You with me, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor.
I take it that you did not get Mr. Sterling's number? I
No.
just wonder if you can get him back on early so that we could maybe finish up. And who's gonna represent? Oh, there's another attorney that's representing position one. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll have to hold for that until 11. We'll be in recess until medical gets back on with us.
Thank you.
Position 17 and 18, Mr. Pearson.
All right.
He's lucky he didn't get taken for.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good, Mr. Pearson?
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're holding by video this morning, okay?
Okay.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
What is it?
They ask you, are you willing to tell the truth, and nothing but the whole truth? You can't
Can you
hear
hear me?
You tell me what it is. You tell me.
That's fine.
So,
You're gonna tell the truth, Mr. Pearson?
huh?
He asked me, are you gonna tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth,
There
nothing
you
but the
go.
truth.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I don't have no money to pay nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna cover that, Mr. Pearson.
Okay, so you take him.
Well, I'm going.
Yes,
all right, so I'm good.
He'll do his best for you,
Okay.
Mr. Pearson.
All right.
Okay? All right. Ms. McCockey, you might have to speak up a bit.
Okay, Your Honor, the state's recommendation for Mr. Pearson is 12 months to serve 24 days, credit for time served 12 days, the balance to be probated, that he stay away from the Publix located at 595 Piedmont Avenue, that he have no further contact with Juliana Weems, and that he undergo 12 weeks of anger management. We will null pros his underlying FTA upon this plea, and I would ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Mr. White?
Your Honor, we do stipulate for the purpose of the plea. Mr. Pearson is homeless, Judge. He has no income whatsoever. He's gonna struggle to pay for the classes. I mean, we're gonna upfront tell you that. We would ask that you waive all of his probation fees. I don't know what prospects he actually has for a job. I mean, he's also almost 70 years old. Wait, where's my math? Okay, 40. 65 years old, sorry.
75.
Yeah, 75.
Okay.
Judge,
What's he accused of doing, Ms. McCockey? I know it's something at the Publix.
Yes, Your Honor, one brief moment. Let me just pull up my notes. He is accused of grabbing the victim in this case, Ms. Juliana Weems, at that Publix location. We would be amenable to lowering that to 8 weeks of anger management. He grabbed her and shook her by the arm.
And Mr. White, do you believe that this is an anger issue or a mental health issue?
Judge, I didn't get necessarily an MH issue. I mean, I think maybe, or really, he doesn't seem angry either. Honestly, I don't know, to be honest, Judge. I do know that he's elderly and has a hard time hearing, and has no income, and not being there, I'm not sure if this may have been some sort of misunderstanding, but at any rate, he does wish to enter a guilty plea. He wants to get it behind him. But I just would like it to vary all the fees that waived that we can possibly get waived, and let him try to scrape up the money to pay for the classes, because I told him there's no way around that.
Yeah, it looks like she was a worker there. He came behind the counter. He was trying to retrieve a stolen card that he had used. And in the process of trying to get that stolen card back, he grabbed her and shook her. So We
Okay.
would, again, we would be amenable to making it 8 weeks of anger management, but we do think that anger management would be necessary. Unless it's a mental health issue.
So, Mr. Whiteman, you might want to discuss, I'm not sure what would be better for him. If you want him to just have a mental health evaluation and as opposed to the 8 weeks of anger management. And
I
then
don't have
once he
mental,
has,
I don't have mental health.
okay, hold on. And then once if he clears that, then I would terminate the probation.
I think that may
So
be-
it's up to you, Mr. White. If you think an MH would be better than 8 weeks of, I mean, better for him in the sense of actually completing it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Judge, that's not free either, right? That,
I don't believe that that's free either. I'm not sure.
And just to chime in, Your Honor, he has 35 arrest cycles. A lot of them seem to be drug related. So maybe an ADET. And I think you can get those at Grady for free, but someone correct me if I'm wrong.
one second, please, Judge.
Okay, take your time.
Okay. Mr. Fearson, do you have Medicare, Medicaid?
Said no.
Okay. So 8 weeks annual, should probably get your appointment free for that. Judge, if you're agreeable, we'll just go with the 8 weeks of anger management. We think that's the most likely thing that you would be able to complete.
Okay, all right. I just wanted
Cartels.
to give him the option. So what I'm going to do is I am going to waive all of his fees. I want him to have a social worker visit as well to assist with housing. Once he completes the anger management, I'll have the probation terminate.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
You already requested a social worker, so.
Okay.
Just, can you go with that plea again? Y'all changing it from 12 weeks to 8 weeks?
8 weeks.
Yes, it's going to remain the same, except it's going to be 8 weeks of anger management.
Any other conditions?
No other conditions, but I'm going to waive his probation fees because of his status. And and then I'm going to have it terminate once he completes the 8 weeks.
Oh, and then the stay away and no further contact.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
And
Okay.
also, Judge, I'd like to make note that apparently our DV counter, we have Miss Shuley. She's on the line, even though she's listed as Lucy Fulton. So the other person for the DV bench warrant counter, position number 1 is on the line. I'm about to change her name on the screen.
Okay, and she's represented by private counsel, is my understanding.
I don't know. She said that she needed a PD.
Oh, she does? Okay, well, I'll have someone talk to her then. On the calendar, there's an attorney listed, so.
Yeah,
that's why
I
was
said the same
wondering.
thing too. So I mean,
Okay.
I want to ask her that question.
Okay, so let me finish up with Mr. Fearson here. Okay, Mr. Fearson, if we can unmute the medical there. So, Mr. Fearson, it's my understanding that you want to plead guilty to this simple battery case 23 CR 007530H. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not. I'm good.
Okay, you've been represented by Mr. White here. Are you happy with what he's done for you?
We see.
Are you happy with Mr. White's service?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with his service.
Okay, you understand that you have a right to a jury trial on this charge, but
No, I'm
because
not
you're
worried about
pleading-
that.
Okay, all right, but because you're pleading guilty to it, you're giving up that right. You understand that?
Would I leave today?
You'll leave as soon as they can process you. You're gonna leave as soon as they can process you out, okay? But you're gonna have to answer my question first, okay?
Okay, I answer the
Mr.
question.
Pearson. Okay, so So you don't, you understand you have a right to a jury trial, but because you're pleading guilty, you're giving that right up. You understand that?
Yeah,
Okay, has anybody forced you or coerced you to
nobody
plead
forced me.
guilty? Okay, I'm gonna accept the plea, as it's been renegotiated. So Mr. Fearson, I'm gonna see if we can get you some assistance with housing. I'm gonna waive your probation fees. And when you complete the 8 weeks of anger management, the probation's gonna terminate. So see if you can get that done as quickly as you can,
Quick as I
okay?
can.
All right.
So I will be
All
getting
right,
out.
Mr.
Within the next
I see-
24 hours, like we discussed
Huh?
yesterday, it'll probably be tomorrow morning, but maybe.
Okay.
late night.
Hey, one more thing. Now I heard you said, are you gonna be assisting me with some housing? So,
We're gonna have a social worker that.
oh,
can-
you gonna have, I'm gonna talk to a social worker. Yeah, I can talk to that down there. I can talk to a social worker down the Grady.
Okay,
Yeah, I can do that.
all right.
Yeah.
I'll have one come see you too, hopefully before you get out, and you can have more than one resource.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I can talk to a social worker down the Grady. Well,
All right.
I talked to her before, some years back.
We're good. Yep.
Okay, good luck to you, Mr. Fearson.
Okay.
Okay, so we're waiting, Mr. Barber.
Ms. Kim is asking to be placed in a breakout room with the clients. Which one would you like first? Ms.
Okay.
Kim?
I already.
Are you gonna handle both of them, Ms. Kim, today? Or
I'll be
can
happy
Mr.
to.
White?
No problem.
Okay, well, we have two on the line right now. If
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
White can handle one,
Sure.
would
I already
would you
spoke
want
to
him to do
Mr.
that?
Sterling. Yes, sure.
Oh, okay, you've already spoken with Mr. Sterling?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So I'll just let you handle both of them then. So if you will, go on and go into the breakout room with the other one.
Thank you.
Judge.
Okay, thank you. We'll be in recess until someone's back with us.
Judge, I have an announcement for Mr. Barber.
Okay,
He won't be joining us today. We're gonna need to reset that case. Reluctant to, let's just call it a refusal to come to court.
okay. So when do you want me to reset it until, Mr. White? I know it's time certain.
Yes, Judge, from what he didn't come see me at the window yesterday, which is sometimes an indicator of MH issues. And what I just heard from the deputy is definitely an indicator of MH issues. So it might be best to put him on the competency calendar for next Thursday.
Okay, so Thursday, a week from this Thursday.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Lewis, you got that?
I mean,
That's
unless, if we can get him on this Thursday, that's fine. I just assumed we couldn't.
She's shaking her head no.
Right.
That would not work.
Okay, that's what I
Like I
figured.
said, his counters are already set and already out for Thursday, and it would
Okay.
be like an add-on, so,
I think that's the
boy,
4th.
a lot of add-on cases, so it have to be next, Thursday, which would be the 6th of March.
Okay, so we'll reset position 2, and 3 until March 6th.
Yeah, probably give them enough time to do what they need to do.
Okay, let me go ahead and handle the DV bench warrant calendar before we go over the calendar so we can get that behind us. Ms. Kim, are you ready on those 2 cases?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready for those 2 cases.
Okay, let's start with, since Mr. Sterling is, Mr. Sterling, Rashawn Sterling, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning again, Mr. Sterling. This is the DV bench warrant calendar. I take it that, Ms. McCockey, that Mr. Sterling missed a court date.
Yes, Your Honor, it looks like he missed a jury trial calendar call on February 11th, 2025 before Judge Besson.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently, there was a returned mail on January 29, 2025. It was returned to the sender. They had a wrong mailing address. We would like to request that the bench warrant to be set aside, Your Honor.
Do we now have the, do we have the correct address?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did Mr. Sterling move during the interim, or why was it returned? Do you know?
I believe that he was taking classes out of North Carolina, so he didn't get any mails while he was out at North Carolina.
Okay, Mr. Sterling, you're gonna have to make sure that that you keep in touch with the court. If you go out of town, if you move, it's your responsibility to make sure that the court is aware of your location, or that you check your mail regularly. I'm gonna set this one aside. I have a practice of setting the first one aside. If you miss another court date and come before me, it won't be set aside a second time. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay. Well, I know when they are waiting on mail.
I'll
get notified
later.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Kim will speak with you.
Okay.
All right. Have a good day, sir. And Ms. Kim, who is the second person? What is that a different?
Number 1? Yes, that was a what was her name again? Let me get that, Your Honor. Her name is Sheil. She was actually here.
Yeah, she's here. I put her out the break room. Apparently, she doesn't know how to operate that. I let her go out the break room. She should be coming back on. The break room's going to close out. Give me 37 seconds. I don't know. It's set on a timer. I put her out the breakout room, but it's still telling me 32 seconds before breakout room close out. I don't know why it's on a timer. She's about to pop in. Give me a second. 20 more seconds. Okay, she should be out now.
Okay, are you with me, Ms. Shield? Yes, ma'am. Can you come on, unmute yourself for me there?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, you're fine. Good morning, ma'am. Pronounce your last name for me,
Good morning.
please.
Sheely.
Good morning, Miss Sheely. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the DV bench warrant calendar. Ms. McConkey, I take it that Miss Sheely missed the court date?
Yes, I did. I had no idea about it.
Hold on, Miss Sheely. Let Miss Kim speak for you, okay? I
Okay.
appreciate that. Go ahead, Miss McConkey.
He did miss a court date before Judge Law on February 3rd of 2023. It looks like it was a status conference for the ORCA calendar. It does look like this is her first FTA in this case.
Okay, Miss Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Apparently, the mail was sent out to her public defender, who is no longer with us, which was addressed to 100 Peachtree Street. So she never got her notice at all.
We have Miss Sheely's a correct address at the present time?
Yes, we do.
Okay, since you did not get the notice, Ms. Sheely, I'm going to set this bench warrant aside. And hopefully, now that we have the correct address, you won't miss another court date. So you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Okay?
I need her
Do we
clarified
know?
address, Judge, because we have two active addresses in the system, so I need to know which one she's at.
2570 address, right, Mr. Shealy?
Yes, 2570.
Is that a house or apartment?
It's a house.
Okay.
Okay, and do we know who, which division judge Ms. Sheely's case has been assigned to since it's not work anymore?
It's Judge Morrison.
Okay, so you'll be expecting your next hearing date from Judge Morrison, Ms. Sheely. Okay. All right. If nothing further, do you have a question, ma'am?
Okay, I was hoping for dismissal, but okay.
And you can call me and I'll explain to you.
All right.
Okay, so speak with Ms. Kim. All right, but you're free to go today, ma'am. You have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see, I believe that completes the 9 and 11 o'clock calendars. Does anyone have anything before Ms. Lewis goes over the calendar? Okay, if not, Ms. Lewis, whenever you're ready, folks.
Okay, Judge. Okay, on the DV bench warrant calendar, both the cases been reset for further notice. Go back to the original judge assignments. Starting with position number 1 on the original calendar. Position number 1 is waive arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Position 2 and 3 is reset to the next competency calendar, which will be March the 6th at 11 o'clock. Position number 4 was a plea. Position number 5 was a plea. Position number 6 and 7 is null pros. Position number 8 was a plea. Position number 9 is reset. I did not receive a transfer order on this case to go to the DA's office, so I'm just gonna reset it to next Tuesday until we get a pending transfer. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
thank
that will be March the 4th. Position number 10, waive arraignment, reset for trial, further notice, same announcement for number 11. Position number 12 was a plea. Position number 13 was a plea. Position number 14 was null pros. Position number 15, waive arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Same announcement on position number 16, waive arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Position number 17 was a plea. Position number 18 was null pros. Position number 19, waive arraignment, reset for trial, further notice. Position number 20 was a plea. Position 21 was non-pros. Position 22 entered a plea on the last Tuesday SAP counter. Position number 23 was a plea. Position 24 is non-pros. Position number 25, defendant was released, we set further notice. Position 26 was a plea. Position 27 was non-pros. Position 28 was transferred to the DA's office. Position 29 was a plea. Position 30 was a plea. Position 31 is reset for the misdemeanor health court for Thursday, February the 26th. Position 32 and 33 are waive arraignment. Set for trial further notice. Position 34, waive arraignment. We set for trial further notice. Position 35, 36 was a plea. Position 37, 38 are non-pros. Position 39 and 40 was a plea. Position 41 was non-pros, and position 42 was non-pros. Position 43 was transferred to the DA's office. Position 44, waive arraignment, reset for trial further notice. Position 45 is pending transfer to the DA's office, reset to next Tuesday, SAP counter 3-4. Position 46 was a plea. Position 47 is a duplicate of 46. Position 48, what are we doing with Mr. Waive arraignment, we set for trial for the notice. That's position 48 and 49. Position 50 was a plea. Position 51 was non-pros. Position 52 was non-pros. Correct, yeah. Position 53 is non-pros. Position 54 is reset to diversion and the modification of the bond. Also, this person has an FTA that's associated with this this case number. I know his information was not linked, and I didn't get a chance to tell Mr. Murphy on that, so I don't know if the modification of the bond is correspondent with the FTA on this case. So I guess I got to reach out and get that question, huh? I thought maybe I answer that question for me. All right, I just reach out with them. No, it's no biggie. Position 55, waive arraignment, reset for trial. Same announcement for 56 and 57. Any corrections or any concerns or questions? Everybody good? Just give me your paperwork in a timely month manner. Ms. Mofutake, I know you got a lot of FTAs to give to me.
I'm gonna start working on them. I should get them to you pretty soon.
Okay, just double check and make sure the numbers and stuff are correct on there.
Absolutely.
All right.
And Mrs.
Y'all
McKee,
have a good rest of your day.
for you. All right, Judge, I'm gonna get everything to you as quickly as I can. Thank you,
Get it
everybody.
back to you as soon as I get it. Y'all have a good
Okay.
rest of your day. See you next
All
week.
right. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.